Hey guys, I got another Wi-Fi battle versus RevolutionX1600, and this is my first narration, so if I do bad, I'm sorry. Anyways, this is a battle versus Rev16, and I send out my Kajondo, and he sends out his lead Tan Growth, and I use Fake Out just for the flinch to see what would happen, and then he gets leftovers, and then I U-turn out because I predict maybe the sleep powder or something, and I go out into my haunch crow because I predicted the sleep powder, and then I use a substitute. He withdraws his Tan Growth and he goes into his Suicune as I go for substitute. Then we get leftovers recovery, and then he uses Ice Beam, but apparently he gets a useless crit, which is kind of funny. But then I Brave Bird, but then I noticed how not that amazing damage it did, and plus I'm slower, so I think it would be wiser to switch out after this. So I switch out and I go into Burdengaru for to take the Ice Beam, and I take it very well. It was actually pretty amazing how well I took it. Anyway, so we both get leftovers recovery, and he withdraws his Suicune and it goes into his Zuzurukin or something. I don't know how to pronounce that one. And I use Toxic just so he'll do less damage. But at first I wasn't quite sure. I thought he was probably like a bug fighting type or something. So I switch out into Salamence to take the thought bug move, but apparently he goes for a bulk up. So then we get we get more leftovers, and he gets Toxic. And then I use Fire Blast because I keep thinking he's a bug type. So I'm like, wait, how come that didn't do anything? So I'm like, I'm confused. So then he uses Payback on me, so he would do like 2 times the damage I did onto him. But anyways, we both get leftovers. He gets he lives the Draco Meteor from a freaking Salamence, which kind of shocked me. I'm like, how do you survive that? Plus he uses Rest, which kind of made me a bit disappointed. So I thought maybe right now, so we get more leftovers. He's sleeping and he gets a Shed Skin on the first turn. I use Outrage trying to see, because he's using bulk up, he's not defensive, but apparently it did less than half. So I'm basically stuck into Outrage. It's a stab Outrage, but it's not even doing more than half. But here's my next Outrage, but apparently I get a hilarious crit against him. And he's a little bit disappointed because he wanted to set up on me. And plus, even better, I'm confused. So now I can just switch out into my into my Notori, because I know I can take any attack that because I predicted the dragon attack. So then yeah, I was predicted correctly. He uses Dragon Claws, and then he withdraws his Garchomp, and then sends out his Tan Growth, and I use Stealth Rocks, and he uses Knockoff to get rid of my and I get Steel Thorns, which is very good, and I lose my Shed Shell. And apparently I did not know this, but Spikes and Stealth Rocks on Notori is illegal. I did not know that, and I'm very sorry. So I never used any more Spikes, and so I just decided to stay in as Death Father to see what he can do to me, because I felt kind of bad that I was using an illegal attack. So he goes back out into his Garchomp, and I use Gyro Ball, and it does a heck ton of damage. And it even does enough for me to do a 2-hit KO. And he uses Fire Blast, and I thought I was going to die. And apparently I survived with 41 HP for the knockout to kill a Garchomp, which kind of shocked me. I'm like, dang, my Notori is really powerful. And then he goes out into Pincher Scizor, but I died from the and then he gets a little bit of Steel Thorns, and he sends out his Latios. I did not know what it was, so I went out in my Honchkrow hoping I could get a Sucker Punch. And apparently, he uses Trick and he gives me freaking Specs. I'm like, no, that's not good. I'm basically a physical attacker because I have a Moxie. Well, it was supposed to be overconfidence because I have the version different. But anyways, he switches out into his Luigi, and I just keep spamming the Sucker Punch because I thought he would try to attack me. This turn I decide to switch out and I go into my Salamence. And then for the Intimidate, because I know he's a physical attacker. But and Wall, well, more of a physical wall. But anyways, he sleeps powder me, so I mean I'm asleep. So I plus the good thing I got the intimidate, and he misses the leech seed, which is pretty good, so I can stay in longer without worrying about my life being sucked away. Now he hits the leech seed, and I'm still asleep, which kind of made me a little. Well, yeah, it's all right. Makes sense. 2 sleep turns. That makes sense. But then he gains like a lot of health back, and I'm losing 50 HP. But I gain 20 from the leftovers, so I only lose 30. And he switches out into his Suicune, and he gets the pressure off me. And I'm still asleep. This is the third turn of sleep, and I thought you would at least. So I'm thinking, maybe maybe I'll wake up next turn, so I'll use Fire Blast. I mean, Draco Meteor. But oh no, I decided to switch out because I was afraid that I wasn't gonna wake up. I predicted the Ice Beam as well, so I went into Brood and Garus to take it, and then I used Toxic, try to see if I can Toxic anybody, and he Calm Minds, which kind of sucked for me because I'm not quite sure how am I supposed to take him out at this point. So I Toxic him, so he'll take so he'll have damage after a long while, so I don't have to worry about it. Anyways, I get leftovers, and he gets leftovers as well, but he gets toxic. So he hidden powers me. I wasn't sure what it was until it hit me. It was hidden power electric, and I shadow ball him because I didn't know what it was. But I got scared because of the fact that it's hidden power electric. I thought I should switch out, and it's something that might be able to take hidden power electric. So I switch out and I go to my Kajundo. For the take the hidden power electric, but apparently I take it very badly. I didn't realize I would take it that bad, so I decided to fake out. Or did I? Yeah, I used leftovers and I used fake out, so he would be stunned, and then I would knock him out with toxic. So my idea was to fake out and make him flinch, and then toxic him to death. And yeah, and it worked out, and I got him down. And then he goes out to his Scizor, and I got scared, so I decided to switch out into my Brooding Garu because I know I can take a bullet punch. And plus, what do you know? If after leftovers, I'm able to take one more bullet punch and live with 19 or 2 HP. Yeah, I live with 19 HP and I get to recover off. And I'm like, sweet. And then he's like, oh frick, that's not fair. But anyways, he switches out and goes into his Tangrowth as I recover again. So now I have full HP. And it's kind of hard for me to die now because I have complete HP, and there's and then we both get leftovers, of course, and then I switch out going into my Salamence, thinking that I could wake up next turn, and plus to get the Intimidate off of the Tangrowth because he's a physical attacker, and he gets the Leech Seed off on the first try. So I'm like, God dang it! I was hoping that he would get the miss, and but now he gets Leech Seed recovery plus leftovers, and I'm taking 30 damage from it, and he uses knockoff, and I lost my leftovers, so technically I'm just a sleeping mence with a leech seed sucking down 50 HP for me every time, and I'm still sleeping. This is the 6th turn I'm asleep, and he power whips me, and I'm going down a lot. I'm down to 100. He withdraws into his Tangrowth and goes into Scizor to try to kill me off, and I'm still asleep. I mean, geez, that's my 7th turn of sleep. I thought it would, end at 5. And then he bullet punches, and I finally die. But I was kind of disappointed, because I never woke up at all. I go to my no Kus, and to take, hopefully I can take a Bullying Punch, and the Dragon Tail, so I can give him, a ton of damage, and then not get him out of there. And then I would use, Outrage at this point. An outrage stab outrage with Life Orb should do a ton of damage to a physical Tangrowth, a physical wall Tangrowth. Hopefully he wouldn't kill me off with the I was hoping that Leech Seed and leftovers wouldn't pick him up more than half of his HP. And apparently and I was like, darn it. And then he switch out as Death Father. And they Scizor is Death Fodder to die from the Stealth Rocks and Spikes. And then I get confused attacks, but then I die from the fact that from a Thunderbolt from Latios, even though I know they're really fast. So yeah, I was kinda disappointed, but oh well. So then I go to my Kajundo, and then I use Fake Out, trying to flinch him, so see how much damage I could get off him. And I got the flinch. And then Sorry for the yawn. Oh, I'm sorry. And he's this Draco Meteor. I was hoping that I would be faster and use U-turn to probably hopefully knock him out, because he was one of my biggest threats on my team, because he could basically sweep through my whole team because he tricked the choice specs onto my Honchkrow. And then he withdraws because he knows I'm going to Sucker Punch, which I wish I was thinking about doing Brave Bird because of the switch out, but I went for the Sucker Punch. But if I used Brave Bird, I would have won, but I didn't. So I'm basically screwed at this point. So I switch out into Boodengaru to take any attacks because I need, and plus I need Honchkrow to not be locked into a Sucker Punch. And then I get the leftovers, and he gets Leech Seed as well, and then I use Shadow Ball to see how much damage I would do because it's stab. And then it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. It's not really going to help me very much. So then and then he sleeps in a sleep powder, which kind of sucks even more because I was hoping that I would stay awake for a while. But anyways, we both get leftovers, and then I'm like fast asleep still, and he uses Leech Seed again, which I kind of wondered why. He probably thought I was going to switch out into my Honchkrow, but I wouldn't do that because, I mean, why would I kind of do that? That'd be kind of stupid. And then I kind of predicted he would try to go for a Leech Seed, but then I wake up this turn, which is good. But he gets a Power Whip off me, and I was hoping I would survive, but then apparently I die. So then I switch out into my Honchkrow, and that's my last guy, and I use Heat Wave because it's specs. Because of the specs he gave me, so I thought I would be able to knock him out. And then I got the Moxie boost. Now I get the Moxie boost, but that's not going to help me very much. So I guess it was a good game, Revolution X1600. It was a nice match. We went to 0-1. I thought it was pretty fun. It was my first time battling somebody